Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is June 4th, and right now we are looking at the GOES 18 visible satellite imagery. You can see some of those low clouds already burning off across some of western Washington, western Oregon as we go through the day today. A nice sunny day out there again today, just a little bit above average temperatures should be expected for a lot of the area. We are going to have some thunderstorm potential here for the next few days as well. We'll take a look at where that's supposed to be, and we may have an interesting system coming in here as we go towards next weekend. We'll take a look at that in some detail as well. This is looking at the Tempest Weather Flow weather station network here, and you can see if you get your station online, you'll be able to click on it here and it will interact with other stations out there as well. It's got smart technology, so it's a great weather station there. You can see once you click on one of those individual dots there, this is my home personal weather station here, and you can see all your data there. It updates real time on the internet. Highly recommend this weather station, all solar powered, all wireless there. It's easy to install as well. Anyway, back to the forecast here. You can see this troughing kind of keeping us a bit seasonable here. We should be a little bit above average here across a lot of the Pacific Northwest, but we are going to warm up as we go through midweek, perhaps substantially so. We'll take a look at those temperatures here in a moment. This is just a reminder. Let's do our part to try to avoid wildfires. We do not want to get those kicked off here early in the year. We are starting to dry out here across Pacific Northwest, and National Weather Service Seattle and National Weather Service Portland here kind of highlighting that fact here. Let's make sure that we're not adding to this threat here. We're going to have enough lightning around the area here that we don't need humans to be causing these forest fires as well. This is looking at significant wildfire potential outlook. This would be for June, July, August, and September. And you can clearly see across Pacific Northwest as we get in towards July, August, and September, we are under the gun here across Pacific Northwest. So we don't need humans adding to that potential. We're going to be drier than normal, it looks like, across a lot of the region here. So hopefully those lightning starts don't help out. You can see some of California and some of the Southwest here actually below normal wildfire potential. So good news for them, but bad news here for the Pacific Northwest. We'll watch this as we go month by month. They put one of these out every single month. This is looking at the mean daily temperature anomaly for the month of May. You can clearly see the northern states there well above average here, including the Pacific Northwest. And you can see western Washington, Oregon, some of the Cascades of Washington were below average through the month of May here. And you can see the drought monitor has now included some of the Cascades in drier, abnormally dry here. So, and it doesn't take much to start some of these forest fires across the area. You guys know how it's been the last few years. So anyway, looking at next week, warm start and thunderstorms here. Medford, Oregon, National Weather Service talking about some thunderstorm potential here across some of southern Oregon. We'll watch this closely. We'll look at some of the weather model data here in a moment as well. And this is for National Weather Service Great Falls. Showers and thunderstorms mainly during the afternoon. You can see the threats here. So stay tuned to your National Weather Service weather radio if you are out there. This was issued this morning. This is Seattle. You can see 74. What a nice day there yesterday. 5 degrees above average. Of course, no precipitation. None expected again today. And we should be right around average, maybe up towards 70 degrees for Seattle. But we are definitely going to warm up here as we go through this week coming up here. I don't know if we're going to get record highs, but we're definitely going to get warmer. This is day one thunderstorm outlook. Does include eastern Oregon, some of the southern Oregon Cascades, and all of Montana and Idaho really here through the day today. This would be for tomorrow. And this is day one excessive rainfall outlook. Does include Idaho, southwest Montana. Day two, mostly Montana. But look at day three. Some of southern Oregon gets introduced here as well. We're going to have some stronger thunderstorms pinwheeling back up across the region here. We'll take a look at that in the NAM now. Now put this into motion. You can see the thunderstorm activity maybe popping up across southern Oregon, Idaho, Montana. Watch out there, especially across the higher terrain for that heavy rainfall and some dangerous lightning. As we go through tomorrow, again, you see the thunderstorm activity across some Idaho and Montana. Some of these storms are going to be pretty strong. Some heavy rain. You can see the thunderstorm potential across some of southern Oregon Cascades again tomorrow. Now watch what happens as we go on into Tuesday here. And you can see some of these powerful storms rolling up through Nevada, up into southern Oregon, eastern Oregon, and even in through southern Idaho here. So we're going to have to watch out for that closely as well. This is looking at the wider view of things here. This is the European ensemble mean, and this is last night's run. Put that into motion. There goes our trough just kind of sitting across BC and weakening. You can see the heights building here as we go in towards the midweek period, and we warm up here nicely across Pacific Northwest. You can kind of see this troughing continue to develop here across California with the big ridge settling over Alberta here. This is looking at the GFS. You can see the big ridge currently over Canada, the trough weakens here across BC, and we get those height rises here across Pacific Northwest. Pretty good agreement up till there, about 100 hours out on the GFS and the European run there. And then again, that ridge kind of stacking up here across Alberta, and the troughing generally down across California here. This is the GFS hot off the presses out to hour 144 as I'm doing this video. This is looking at total precipitation in inches, and let's update this. There's probably more data to be had, but let's put this into motion, and you can see that for the time being, Western Washington, Oregon, Southwest BC, not much precipitation expected. You can see the thunderstorms across Oregon here building up. I'm just kind of scrolling through here rather quickly, and then you can see some of this potential here as we go on in towards later this week coming up here. We could get some of that easterly flow and even bring some thunderstorm activity across some of BC and Washington. We'll see how that trends, probably due to the upper level lows settling down over California and bringing some deeper moisture back across the region here. And as we continue on in there, you can see not much rain expected here for Western Washington, Oregon as we go on in through the 200-hour period, except for maybe that thunderstorm activity coming off the Cascades. We'll see how that goes. But you can see some of these precipitation amounts across Montana, Oregon, Eastern Oregon, and Washington there, especially across some of the higher terrain. This is looking at the European. So this is yesterday afternoon's run. We'll put this into motion. You can see that troughing kind of weaken. We start to build the ridge here over the Pacific Northwest. And what we're watching here as we go on in through Friday is you can kind of see this upper level low here kind of backing up towards Pacific Northwest. Could be the first signs here in the weather models that we could be dealing with some thunderstorm activity a little bit further west than normal. As you can see that troughing kind of down across California here, maybe bring some deeper moisture back up over the Pacific Northwest. Something we'll have to watch closely over the next few days. This is the national blend of models. So this would be for today. You can see Seattle maybe upper 60s, 70 degrees. Look at the Willamette Valley getting up into the mid and upper 70s. And look at Eastern Washington warming up nicely. As we go through, excuse me, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, look at that. Some of these temperatures, look at Seattle could be getting some upper 80s here as we go on in through Wednesday. Portland up towards 90. Look at Tuesday. I backed up there for Portland up into the 90-degree range here. Eastern Washington warming up nicely. By Wednesday, the interior of BC here, some of the valleys getting quite warm, including Southwest BC, Vancouver Island, the valley in through Idaho. Generally a very warm day here for Wednesday across the Pacific Northwest. Probably the warmest day. Now look at Thursday, cools down a bit, but still 80 for Seattle and, lower to mid 80s for Portland here. Look at the interior of BC, warming up nicely. Some 90 plus readings showing up there. Eastern Washington baking here by the time we get to Thursday also. Friday cooling down a bit, but still above average for Western Washington, Oregon there. This would be for Saturday, more seasonable there. And as we're looking off into the future here, of course, we have lower confidence in the forecast temperatures. This is 6 to 10 day temperature probability outlook through June 13th. You can see the Northwest is bullseyed here. And as we go on into the 17th here, you can kind of see still that signal there for above average temperatures. This is the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook. And you can see the Intermountain West generally above average here. Maybe some of that precipitation will spread back over some of the Pacific Northwest. We'll see how that goes in the next few days. And try to get more model confidence there. This is 8 to 14 day, and again, the Intermountain West here doing quite well, at least if you believe the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook. And this is the monthly. I did post this yesterday, just in case you missed it. This was issued May 31st. This is for the month of June, and you can see the bullseye here across Pacific Northwest, which much of the desert Southwest forecast to be below average temperatures. And this is the monthly precipitation outlook here, kind of equal chances Western Washington, and maybe some above average across the mountainous areas. So yeah, anyway, get out there and enjoy that weather today. If you want that weather station, click down below to get 10% off. Highly recommend it. I will be doing a weather station giveaway at some point this week. Still setting that up. I'll do it in a live stream here, and we'll do a random drawing. If you are a member of this page, you will automatically be entered in that drawing. So anyway, hope you guys are having a chance to get out there and enjoy that weather, and we'll continue to watch the pattern here as we go on into the late next week period. Some interesting weather might be headed our way. And anyway, yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and I'll see you then.